Hello, YouTube. What is going on? This is going to be the last YouTube video of the day. We obviously have a longer stream coming tonight, but first we're going to talk about all the music that dropped this week. Pretty good deal of music, man. About an hour 45 outside of, Gunna's album dropping, so Fago's dropped. So we have even more stuff to talk about, which is crazy. Music is definitely ramping up for the summer, and you can kind of feel the energy, with guys like Uzi announcing his drop, Travis Scott doing subtle rollouts, guys like Ken Carson and Yeet possibly dropping the next month. Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting time for music. I can't really tell you who else is going to be dropping. Tizo Touchdown's dropping his debut this week, which I'm really excited for. I might even do a review for that because maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But let's get into the music. So we're going to start off with pretty much the main event. Doja Cat dropping her brand new single, Attention, which kind of marks her shift into the hip-hop lane. Really interesting project. I mean, our track, I know a lot of people are raving about it on Twitter. There's not a whole lot of music this week that really caught me, but I guess I don't really listen to this music in a great and attentive environment, I should say. I don't really pay attention that much, but I'm just kind of referencing the tracks that dropped. But there's that. Trippie Redd and Sky Morales dropped a new track, Took My Breath Away, which is supposedly, I think, going to be a single off of A Love Letter to You 5, I think it is. And I don't know. I'm not really excited for this Trippie Redd drop. I haven't really been excited for a Trippie Redd drop, honestly, since the Exclamation Point album. I don't know. He just hasn't really hit the same. Mansion Music was cool. We listened to it earlier this year, but ever since I have never listened to it again. And, I've heard people say this is not a good song. The beat's kind of interesting, but I don't know. And he visited, Tupac's Hollywood thing and said, I'm bringing back rap or something. What the fuck? I don't know what he's on about. But Mike Dimes dropped an album. Texas Boy. We've been waiting a while for a guy like Mike Dimes, out of Houston, I believe. Great trappy artist. He's got Denzel Curry. He's got Dro Kenji, Wiz Khalifa, Joey Badass, Maxo Cream. He's got all sorts of different artists on here. Pretty good, I liked the promo with the Victor Wembanyama, being a basketball fan. Welcome to Texas. You're a Texas boy or some shit. I think that was great. This album, I like the song with Wiz. The song with Denzel was pretty good. But yeah, shout out to Mike Dimes. Just wanted to give him a shout out, even though he doesn't need it. I'm not shouting him out for clout. I'm just yeah, this guy's a pretty good artist, and he dropped an album. Dro Kenji, speaking of which, dropped a new single, Over and Over, so pretty big week for him. Not much to say about a decent amount of these songs. Tyga and YG link up for Platinum. That song was okay. Kind of exactly what you would expect out of a Tyga-YG collaboration. Lil Mabu dropped Rich Scholar, and yes, I'm listening to Lil Mabu music. Am I regretting it? Maybe a little bit. The guy's kind of a cornball, but we'll let it slide. He's a pretty big artist in the game, He's been taking W's. He's been going to prom with freaking Nessa Barrett. He's not a terrible rapper. It's not like his music just makes me, want to kill myself. I know that was dark, but it's not that bad, It's acceptable. It's passable. It's a little corny. Some of the bars are cool, but he's obviously not my favorite artist, but we have to include him. Danny Towers and DJ Scheme dropped a new track, Paranoid, and they're actually getting ready to drop an album filled with some pretty good features, I believe. Obviously they already have the track with Lil Tyler and Ski Mask. They have the track with Babyface Ray out already, and they're planning on making a track with Denzel Curry, Rob Banks, who is a big part of, and Rob Banks, he was a pretty big part of the XXX Tentacion era. A lot of drama was there, and that's really, obviously, Chill Bill is an iconic song from a while back. So, yeah, not bad. Cap G, a name I haven't really heard of in a while. Obviously he dropped Girlfriend. This guy has bangers. I gotta give him some credit. He made some pretty enjoyable music when I was in my my early teenage years. I know I'm only 1 year out of being a teenager, but yeah, he dropped a new album, Jorge. It has Lil Baby and O3 Greta. I listened to him. Not bad. I haven't heard from Lil Baby in a while, and that's kind of strange because he's a pretty big feature artist. But I don't know. Rocco dropped an album. He has Tana on there. Pretty big fan of Tana. You know, I've been following some underground for quite some time, and Doomsday's there, so that's that. Don't really have much to say about it. Young Chris, another artist kind of out of the underground that dropped some music. We'll get to like the big main event that I want to talk about soon. Young Chris with Imagine is cool. Didi Osama dropped a track with NLE Chop. I'm telling you, Didi Osama, shout out to him. He could possibly make an XL list, double XL list. I honestly think they might have already made it. And maybe I should stop talking about double XL, because honestly everyone's just like rejecting the offer to be on the cover, so no one good's going to be on it. But shout out to Didi Osama. Skilla Baby dropped an album with Babytron, Lil Tyler, and Rilo Rodriguez, so that's cool. Lil Tyler and Babytron, they kind of own, like, I don't even know how to explain it, just like Babytron with kind of like that bar, like, kind of fast-paced Detroit rap, Lil Tyler with that vibey, like, Florida rap. Those are two of my favorite rappers in those two scenes, respectively. So, shout out to Certified Trapper. He dropped a new track, or a new album, actually. He already made the track with BLP Kosher. I liked that. And he dropped a track with Babytron. Babytron has just been hopping on song after song, and I am not opposed to that. I think that's really cool to see. Babytron already having some success in the same lane that guys like Certified Trapper and BLP Kosher are. And if you have VLP Kosher and Babytron on the same album, I mean, I think that's a really cool combo. They kind of remind you of each other. Obviously, BLP Kosher takes a little more of a southern sound, but still, it's pretty cool. Joy from Voices of Fire. They have Pharrell Williams on this, so I wanted to check it out. I'm not really... It's a Christian group, and more often than not, I don't know how to word this. What the hell am I doing? I don't often listen to Christian music, but obviously you get Pharrell Williams on a record, one of the most iconic members of the hip-hop world. And you get that. So, yeah, Baby Drill dropped a track with 21 Savage and Young Nudie. We know that's a big break for a guy like Baby Drill. I haven't really heard of him too often before this, but it's really cool to see 21 Savage and Young Nudie on a track. We've had a couple of tracks from them. I keep saying the word track already from this year that were absolute bangers. Obviously like Peaches and Eggplants, I think it was called. They've had EA was amazing. That wasn't from this year, but I'm just kind of giving more examples. Shout out to that duo. Baby Drill did his thing getting that duo together. So yeah, we're gonna close the video by talking about the Killer Mike album, because I'm gonna be honest, this album probably should have got its own separate review, because this shit was amazing from Killer Mike. I loved it. Let's see. Released 10 years after Run the Jewels transformed Killer Mike from a workaday regional rapper to the kind of guy holding public court with national politicians, Michael is, on some level, a celebration of just how far he has come. But it's also an exploration of the complex personality that got him there, the son of a drug dealer who needs to mourn his childhood but struggles to let his guard down on songs like Motherless, the community leader trying to elevate youth while snapping back at the perceived narrowness of their politics on Talking That Shit, the middle-aged man finally reckoning with the collateral PTSD of Black life in America on tracks like Run. And yeah, he has a lot to say to Apple Music and stuff. You can go look at his articles. He has a track with Future and Andre 3000, obviously some Atlanta legends. Killer Mike being from Atlanta as well. That song was good, Scientists and Engineers. And on a production level, the sustained mix of slow and steady trap beats with gospel choirs and soaking wet organs, Jesus, that's weird, evokes both the humidity of his Atlanta summers and the blend of sacred and profane that has characterized black pop from Sam Cooke to Kanye West. If he weren't so smart and soulful, you might call him a crank, but he's both. So, shout out to Killer Mike, putting an amazing, posse on this album together. Amazing feature list. You have CeeLo Green, you have Mozzie, Young Thug, 6LACK, Andre 3K, Future, Ty Dolla $ign, Currency, 2 Chainz, Cash Page, Blast, LP. obviously you have to have LP on here. He's your fellow Run the Jewels guy, but wow, man, this is a really good album. It's a fun, sonic experience. I haven't really heard hip-hop like this in a while, and we knew that Killer Mike was going to hit with this album, and I do need to go back and listen to this full thing, because I really admire. I only listen to the featured tracks, but I'm kind of pressed for time. I have videos, I have streams, I have work, I have all sorts of things in between, so I wasn't wanting to really listen to music for hours on end, but this is a good project. I think all you guys should check it out. I've always been a fan of Run the Jewels. I loved their last one. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it has been GZTV. All the big music releases, and from here on out, probably every week you guys are going to be getting an album review, because we're getting some big albums. And with Uzi, I'm probably going to do a reaction. I mean, it's just that big of a release for the year. We got all that going. I'm gonna go watch